Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. So today in the previous video you guys saw we were working on the 800 horsepower go-kart. So that's badass. So we're working on that along with we're working on this. So today, as you guys can probably see, we're working on actually in the trunk a little bit, but instead we're actually going to be washing the cars, detailing the cars, because it's hot in Texas and this car needs to be cleaned because the next step on this is the ECM. So everything is pretty much finished on this, waiting for those two parts from Chase Base. But other than that, let me guys give you a walk around because I don't think I showed you guys what all has been done. So we have our tank in the back, of course, and then we mounted the compressor to the side. All my fuel lines are ready for the 2 feet and 1 return, and there's the fuel cell. So all that's already done. The other thing I have, which is not a necessity right now, which is the fuel level sender, that's on the way. I powder coated the entire dash, or not the dash, the rear seat delete, and this looks phenomenal. It looks great. We painted up the entire interior, if you guys didn't see that, and we made a custom dash. So made this in-house, did this flat, and it fits perfectly for the Holley digital dash. And I'm gonna be mounting my air controller right here, and made all this, the transmission tunnel for the shifter, nice and pretty. And all this is gonna get powder coated to go with the wrinkled black as the door, so it kind of flows a little bit better. Along with the front, everything in the front is fully completed. We Cerakoted all the hot side of this, the stuff that we welded up. I'm still debating if I should powder coat the intercooler piping. Debating, not sure yet. All the fuel system is complete, including the fuel pressure regulator, the feeds, and the return. I just need to finish up tightening all this stuff, but that's pretty much it. Same thing with the coolant overflow. I made another bracket to actually hold this a little bit better. This was a test when we picked this up from Joe Tech. Big shout out to them. Same thing with coolant overflow, coolant lines. All of that has been completed with all AN. So for all my wiring for the compressor, I did like the quick disconnect, so in emergencies, if I need to swap anything out, everything's easy. I can just unscrew it, put in a new pigtail. I haven't mounted the fuel cell yet because I do gotta do a little bit of cleaning up back here. I'm gonna be running a new power line because that's really janky, and that power line is gonna be coming all the way up here, all the way to coming all the way out to here. So all these are gonna be new because this is gonna be towards this will go towards the starter. So the other thing I've been working on is I actually did a little bit of conduit on here. So to hide all the wires, make it nice and pretty, make it nice and clean, so easier. So one of the challenges, not really challenges, so one of the things that I've been wanting to do is, since the last thing on this car is the ECM, that's pretty much what we're waiting on now, is for the ECM and the Holley digital dash. So the two last components on this build. The other two items from Chase Base, which is power steering line and clutch line, those are on the way. I already have all the oils, all the fluids ready to go, so I can bleed everything. Brakes, all that stuff's fully tight, fuel's done, everything's done. So as of now, just waiting for all the Holley stuff from the ECM and so forth, so that way we can get this car started up. The windows, the miscellaneous stuff, I'm not really too worried about as of right now. I just want the car to be running. I want to get tuned and all that jazz before I do all the windows and so forth, sunroof, etc., and detailing the crap out of it. But as of now, since I'm gonna have a lot of people here whenever we do start up the car, I want the car to be a little bit presentable. So this car is like caked in dust, metal, sawdust, everything. So I want to clean it up, make it nice and pretty, and that way I can fit up in the garage, because as I wait for these components, I want to be able to put both my cars back in the garage. That's what we're going to be focusing on today, and hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started. The first thing I had to do, since the car, I have an airlift system inside this car. So if you guys don't know how airlift works, there's a wiring harness that comes with it. So the wiring harness has the power and ground, as you see right here. But it also has a signal wire, and the signal wire was originally to the fuel pump. So I couldn't do that as of right now because the car doesn't have full wiring harness as of right now. So I picked up the terminal post from Amazon, did that, connected the signal wire already to it, and did an inline fuse because it does go to the fuel pump fuse. So the inline fuse went to there, so that way the compressor would start up. and tested it for leaks, and there's no leaks, so we are good. Made sure that the controller, all that stuff was working, so there's no further issues, and we're good. So the other thing I need to figure out is this drive-by-wire, because I do have the drive-by-wire that's meant for the swab that goes with the Holly, but I want to try to see if we can reuse mine. That'd be great. That'd be pretty cool. If not, we gotta figure something out. The tricky thing is, since there's no rear window, no side windows, these windows are actually dropped inside, and no sunroof. Good thing we have this, but we gotta make sure that I don't get water inside here and inside here. So gotta be a little cautious, not gonna go too crazy, and I'm going to be cleaning the entire car too, since I'm gonna have it out and fresh and clean. Because there's a lot of contaminants on it. So I did this one side here inside the garage, and a little bit right here. You can see the difference, like it's caked up. So really excited to give this nice clean bath. Really deserves it. So look, you can even see on the rear bumper and the front bumper. Front bumper is disgusting. Since the bags are now filled up with air, we're going to disconnect it from the battery. We're going to drop the car, put it on the ground, roll it out, and start washing it. So let's get to it. Boys, she is out of the garage, filled up with air, no leaks. About to clean up the garage. So I made this desk for my new sister-in-law, so gonna be dropping it off later for her. And then now I can clean up the entire flooring, but first I'm gonna pressure wash this, clean this up, and then start cleaning it, because it is gonna take me a little bit of time. Cleaning the front bumper. So I'm gonna put you guys on a loop and be back.
Don't stop now. Reaching for a distant star. Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe and home? So that I'm counting days until the second go. If you're gonna make a change, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, start at the notes. It's all you need to do.
Alright, so I got the car all cleaned up, and man, she looks good. Alright guys, so today we're actually going to be working on the drive-by-wire pedal. So I actually picked up the GM drive-by-wire pedal that actually is recommended to go with the Holly drive-by-wire ECM that I got. So you could use a BMW pedal, but I want to try and see if I can utilize this, make things a lot easier when we're doing the wiring harness, and just plug and play at that point, versus pinning it out, pinning it in, etc., stuff like that. So I removed the BMW one, and this is the new one. That was a bracket that came with this pedal, but inside of here I've been just trying to make it fit. So there's this plastic piece that's up here that has like a wire loom going through it. Sorry for the poor lighting. So it's a wire loom that's going through here, and I'm going to try to see if I can remove or push that wire loom and secure it somewhere else versus that location, and remove that white plastic piece, or this piece, so that way I can actually make a bracket that actually fits through there. But because if I put this through here, it'll be a perfect fit for the pedal. So I'm gonna try to see if I can move that a little bit so I can figure out how I'm gonna create a bracket, or new bracket for this pedal. Went ahead and used my air reciprocating saw and basically just cut off that plastic. That way it gives me enough room to actually mount the pedal or figure out how I'm gonna mount it. So once I do that, I'm gonna go create a bracket and I'll be right back.
Don't stop now. Reaching for a distant star. Don't stop now. Isn't it strange how we're safe and home? So that counting days until a second go. If you're gonna make a change, you have to let me know. Turn this shit around, just out of top the notes. It's all you need to do.
Alright, just so you guys have an update, so far I got the pedal mounted where I want it. So far I created 2 mounting points, one on this side and one on this side. Both of these are factory holes. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to tighten it really quick just so I can see where everything is. And then thinking about creating another mounting point, maybe have it come down into this slot, so that way I have 3 structural points. So that's what I was thinking. So now I have this mounted, now I can create this bottom bracket, this bottom piece. So let's get to it. So as you guys know, we got the drive-by pedal, which is for the LS for the Holley to actually work with the new Holley Terminator Max system. So this is the part number that basically, it's gonna be down in the description of what's recommended to be used as a pedal for this drive-by-wire system. A lot of people were like kind of iffy about using the BMW pedal versus the Chevy pedal for this swap. So you could use the BMW pedal, but as I was reading forums, it's like it'll work, but sometimes the reading isn't always accurate. So I mean, you can always play with that with the software, but I'd rather just do very minimal work for this swap, so that way everything is plug and play, ready to go. And so we did finish up the bracket. Bracket's right over here. So I have 3 mounting points. Alright, so the bracket, it is finished. I am going to basically paint this up really quick. I'm not going to powder coat it because it's not really needed for powder coat. So basically these are 1, 2, and the bottom one. These are all factory bolt mounting points. So I'm basically made a bracket for it to utilize all of it. And these are the 3 mounting holes for the actual pedal. So I'm going to be just doing a little bit of paint on it and slapping in the car. So it'll be good to go. I might need to get some more hardware because I don't know where some of it is, so yeah. But came out really good. And then, so that's for the pedal. So while I paint it, while it dries, I did get a little bit of package from semi-racing, which is to finish up my coolant lines. Basically, the coolant that I need to do, the line I need to do is I have a new bracket for this, and finishing up the coolant overflow with the cap and a filter for my fuel tank, so we don't get gas fumes everywhere in the car. Honestly, let me know, should I paint this or powder coat these? So I have a bunch of brackets I did throughout the car. I could get these powder coated, get these gloss black. Let me know, because honestly, if I powder coat it, it won't chip, versus paint, it'll chip. So let me know. So this is the other bracket that I made for the coolant overflow. So I just need to mount the holes and get this going. And probably paint this one up too as well at the same time. And then for the trunk, that's a new not a fuel filter, but like a filter for the fuel cell. That way, because that's a breather, I don't want it to be having the smell of fuel inside the cabin bay. So that's why I put a filter there, and then the cap over there. Actually, this won't even need a cap because this is my return. This is my return. These are my feed, return, and breather.